performance, you are in exactly the right place. It's so incredibly easy to fall into the trap of thinking that building a competent, great-looking machine means you have to totally drain your savings account. The tech community kind of pushes this idea that if you aren't dropping upwards of $1,500 to $2,000, you're just going to end up with a clunky, miserable computing experience. But honestly, we are completely debunking that myth today. There is this whole alternate reality out there in the PC building space. If you're willing to dive into the used market and really embrace older platforms, the sheer affordability of parts from the DDR3 era is almost hard to wrap your head around compared to modern components. With the right strategy, you can pair beautiful ambient modern aesthetics with ultra-affordable older silicon to create something that looks stunning and performs way beyond its price tag. It just proves that a killer setup is really about ingenuity, not just swiping your credit card.
So the core recipe for this build is basically an exercise in extreme contrasts. It is the ultimate reverse sleeper build. We're talking unassumingly retro on the inside, but completely flashy on the outside. Our foundation is the legendary Gigabyte H81 motherboard. Back in its heyday, the H81 was the absolute budget workhorse, and we're pairing that incredibly durable board with a 4th-gen Intel Core i5 processor. To feed that CPU, we're dropping in dual-channel DDR3 RAM. And yeah, I know, DDR3 sounds ancient today, but just wait until you see how it actually holds up. For storage, we're injecting some critical modern speed with a super fast SSD right alongside a high-capacity HDD for all your bulk storage. And the cherry on top of the whole shebang? We are housing all this decade-old silicon inside a sleek, modern tempered glass cabinet decked out with full RGB lighting. It is this hilarious, beautiful clash of eras that somehow amazingly just works flawlessly.
All right, let's get into the actual physical assembly. And guys, for anyone who's been building PCs for a while, this part is just pure nostalgia. We kick things off by dropping in that 4th-gen i5. There is something so visceral about working with the LGA 1150 socket, right? Gently lifting that tension arm, perfectly lining up those golden triangles, and locking it down with that heavy, satisfying metallic clack. It literally feels like you're bolting down a piece of an engine. Then, of course, comes the thermal paste. We're sticking with a classic, super reliable P-size drop dead in the center. We could totally spend the next 3 hours debating the merits of the P method versus the X shape on internet forums, but let's be real, the P method just never fails. Finally, we mount the cooler right on top. You wait for that subtle little squish, and that guarantees perfect contact to keep those older cores running nice and chilly. Moving right along from the CPU, we snap in our dual-channel RAM. You gotta love feeling that reassuring double click on either side of the DIMM slots. Then we get our SSD and HDD locked in safely. Now, here is the real challenge of this build, and any veteran builder out there will instantly know what I'm talking about: cable management. We all know these hyper-budget cabinets look totally fantastic from the outside, but they notoriously have zero sensible routing space behind the motherboard tray. You definitely don't get the luxury of premium Velcro straps or spacious channels here. No way! Tucking away those incredibly thick 24-pin and CPU power cables takes a ridiculous amount of patience, and honestly, a massive handful of zip ties. It is a true test of a builder's willpower just trying to crush those cables flat enough to get the back panel to actually slide on smoothly. But putting in that effort ensures zero clutter up front, which is absolutely crucial so we maintain completely unobstructed, clean airflow over our aging hardware. Okay, so the system is fully assembled, the glass panel is wiped down, and it's just sitting there on the desk, completely silent. Which brings us to the moment of truth. The absolute peak of builders' anxiety. Look, it doesn't matter if you've built one PC or literally 100. There is always that split second of tension right as you reach for the power button. But let me tell you, that anxiety is multiplied by 10 when you're relying on a mix of legacy, likely secondhand components. Is the motherboard just totally dead? Did that ancient DDR3 RAM somehow give up the ghost while it was shipping? Did we accidentally miss one tiny front panel connector? You just hold your breath, you press that mechanical switch, and you pray that this collection of silicon, copper, and plastic you just spent an hour wrestling with actually understands what it's supposed to do. Power button pressed, and boom, we have life. Instantly, the whole room is bathed in the glow of these vibrant, spinning RGB fans, and the internal motherboard accents light up right on cue. It undeniably looks like a modern, high-end powerhouse. But honestly, the absolute best part, the truly triumphant moment here, is hearing that classic single digital beep from the little motherboard speaker. We look up at the monitor, and there it is. Hitting the BIOS on the very first try is a fantastic feeling. But what makes it so incredibly amusing this time is the stark visual contrast. You've got this glowing, futuristic ambient light show happening inside the case, and meanwhile,
Your monitor is displaying this hilariously utilitarian, clunky, retro blue and gray interface of a decade-old Gigabyte BIOS. It's just a perfect encapsulation of what this entire build is really all about. So let's talk about real-world capability, because this is where the rubber finally meets the road. We have to be deeply realistic here for a second. We are absolutely not booting up Cyberpunk 2077 on max settings with path tracing on a 4th-gen i5. Just not happening. But what this budget daste can actually do is genuinely impressive. For gaming, it effortlessly pushes out completely smooth, highly competitive frame rates in optimized esports titles like CSGO, Valorant, or League of Legends. If you're doing creative work, it is entirely capable of handling basic 1080p video editing and timeline scrubbing without making you tear your hair out over lag. And for everyday tasks, thanks to that modern SSD we threw in there, web browsing and multi-tab multitasking feels incredibly snappy. It just proves that you really do not need top-tier enthusiast-grade hardware for like 90% of the daily digital tasks most people actually do. The core takeaway of this entire experiment is that smart component picking is going to beat an expensive price tag every single time. Building a great system is all about balance, not just raw spending power. Think about it. If you were to drop a $1,000 modern graphics card onto this older H81 motherboard, that CPU would heavily bottleneck it. You'd literally be wasting hundreds of dollars in lost performance. But by thoughtfully matching the capabilities of a super reliable 4th-gen i5 with exactly the right amount of DDR3 RAM and a fast boot drive, we maximize the potential of every single dollar we spent. It's really about outsmarting the market and understanding how hardware interacts. When you prevent those bottlenecks through clever pairing, you extract every single ounce of value from the silicon. You get a highly functional machine for just a fraction of the expected cost. So having proved that a highly affordable legacy Gigabyte H81 platform can absolutely conquer modern aesthetics while handling